moving on to What If Episode 3.
It was kind of messed up. Like, goddamn.
And to be honest with you, this is the kind of stuff I usually expect from these what if stories because that's how most of them go. Like most alternate world stories, it's just like it's not so much like, oh, what if this happened and everything still turned out pretty well. It's just like, no, it usually ends with several characters dying.
Well, we sure got that this time. Jesus Christ, the way he killed the Hulk, fuck!
I didn't even realize what he did at first, and it was only on like a second viewing that I'm just like, oh, he enlarged his heart. Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, what fucked me up was the fact that Bruce explodes into just like green clouds because I guess you don't really want to render out like a body exploding from within.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh
God, that's a horrible fucking way to kill someone. Jesus Christ, Hank. Fuck you, man.
It was a golden opportunity to have Hank in the Yellow Jacket persona just because that is a thing in the comics, but man, that went real dark real fast. I didn't even know what to expect in this episode, and then it's just like, oh, and then Tony's dead. I wasn't expecting this one already. I expected something like this at the back end of the season.
Yeah, right? Like when they gave Tony the shot and you're like, what'd you just do to me? And then it's like, relax, you should be fine. And then he plops to the ground dead. It's just like, you sure? It's like, and then it's just like, he's dead. Bruh, how embarrassed do you have to feel right now? Like, not even embarrassed, like, also horrified, like, what the fuck? I thought this would have been fine. How did he die? What the shit? Seriously, all those inexplicable deaths were just, like, throwing me completely off guard. I'm just like, what is happening?
Man.
He had Hawkeye just end Thor right then and there.
I know, right? Just like, and just boop. And he's dead.
And he didn't even know Thor! He didn't even know the man. It's just like, yeah, fuck this guy.
He didn't know any of them. That was the thing. He didn't know any of these people to any real degree. It's just like, I just want to fuck over Nick Fury. It's just like, then go after fucking Nick Fury, dude. What the shit?
Well, no, yeah, I agree. No, the part that really fucked me up was the fact that Loki was coming in and, ruling everything. I'm just like, oh, it makes sense. Thor is now dead. No one can oppose him. Asgard was Loki's when Odin was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And now Odin's probably like dead for good.
Like either that or he was just like, what? They killed my son? Revenge! Like,
probably happened.
Just use that to his advantage. It's just like there was no real way to stop any of this. I mean, unless we see like something come out of, the Capsicle and the glowing Captain Nightlight coming into the fray. Shit's done like dinner.
That's why they had that bit at the end where Fury found the Capsicle. It's just like, oh look, we have at least one classic Avenger to run everything. Cool. I mean, at least Hank Pym didn't get this one.
Right. But I do like the fact that they alluded to the fact that they had always said that the whole events of Fury going around and, recruiting everybody to the cause all happened within a week, like all these movies, because they always referred to it as Fury's big week, and it was just like, and that seems mildly inconvenient, all things considered, all of this happening just back to back to back to back. But, like, seeing it play out like this is just like, man, that is one fucking hell of a week.
My God, that's a stressful week.
Like, you
Yeah.
would have aged like 50 years within the span of 7 days.
Like, after that week alone, it's just like, listen, Coulson, I'm going to leave you in charge for 2 weeks. Don't cock it up. I need a break. I need such a break. After the shit I went through, I need a break.
Oh man, but I have to say it was great to have Clark Gregg in this because man, Phil Coulson just there's just a charm to the character that I've sorely missed, especially ever since Agents of Shield finished.
Yeah, you forget how much you love Agent Coulson until you see him again.
Yeah.
His first name is Agent.
Oh man, But yeah, this was definitely the weakest one so far, sorry to say, but at the same time, it was still fairly entertaining, just not my favorite.
Fair. I mean, honestly, last week's was I liked last week's episode, but what I didn't like was the fact that it's really kind of further pushing the idea of fuck Peter Quill.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. On the one hand, it's just like, man, T'Challa and Star-Lord was pretty fun. Although, at the same point, I'm just like, you shouldn't have that name because this universe made it very clear where that name came from.
That's one thing.
But also, like, Peter,
Yeah.
he's... I hate that so many people just can't let the whole situation go with Thanos. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man.
Guys, it's a plot point. We needed shit to go south so that we could have another movie, so that we could have Endgame. Y'all liked Endgame, right? Y'all gotta thank Star-Lord for that, because if he had behaved and knew how to act, then there wouldn't have been a conflict because they would have just taken the gauntlet. Boom, everything's done. Like, I realize you guys are like, oh, well, why have the conflict in the first place? Y'all want to go to the movies, right?
No, I really do kind of wish they had found another way for Thanos to have broken out of that situation that didn't kind of make Star-Lord this running butt of everyone's animosity. It's just like, way to go, Peter. It's just like, god damn it, man.
Oh, give the guy a break. Like, people are acting like they wouldn't do the same thing if they were in his shoes. Like, fuck, dude. What if your girlfriend was the one Thanos said he killed, huh? You gonna take that well?
I'd have fucking stabbed a motherfucker in the throat.
Exactly. Jesus. But, everyone wants to act like they'd be better in that situation, and they want to be the first ones to criticize. They'd probably do the exact same shit, but, that's neither here nor there. What I didn't like, mostly, was the fact that all his life, Peter Quill basically never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Y'all left that man in the middle of fucking, what was it? I want to say Montana, but that doesn't seem right.
I honestly don't remember.
Wherever the fuck he was from, they left him there, and he went on to work at Dairy Queen. Now, mind you, when Ego finally does find him, I have to assume this is, like, by the time of Guardians 2, by which point Peter Quill's got to be at least almost 30, if not exactly 30, or maybe even a little over 30. I can't remember the exact time frame, but the point is, he's an adult man who apparently has gone no fucking where in life.
Yeah, is about to be killed by his father so that he can terraform multiple planets into his image. So, yeah, things didn't really work out for the best in the end, let's be real.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. I'm really wondering, because it's pretty obvious from some of these previews that a lot of these realities kind of come together in one, big showdown with what I have to assume is a horde of Ultron drones, because a car commercial kind of spoiled that for me potentially. But I'm really wondering if this one will actually factor in, because I'm just like, you mean the reality where pretty much everyone died?
Sure. But yeah, that was pretty much it for
What if?
What if?
What if you weren't such a bitch?
Oh wait, I have one more thing that I really did like, and it was the backgrounds where you could see the Watcher juxtaposed between them.
Yeah, those are always so great. Although I have to
Those
say, in the
I
third
love them.
episode, it feels like they were a lot more. They were a lot less subtle than they usually are.
Listen, if they'd been doing it throughout the season, I definitely didn't notice in the first 2 episodes, and I'm probably gonna have to go back and look into it. But
Really, you didn't
seeing
notice?
them in this, yeah, I really didn't. So if they have, I didn't notice. But I definitely noticed this time around because they weren't, like you said, they weren't subtle about it. But I really enjoyed them. So it's just like, fuck, now I have to actively go looking for these because these were. It's just the way they do them. They're just such like an angel's kiss.
Yes, like seriously, you're doing yourself a favor if you go back and rewatch the episodes and just watch out for where the Watcher is, because the way they depict him in some of these shots are just so beautiful. I'm just like, man, I kind of want to make that a background desktop. It's so beautiful.
Remember, guys, watch out for the Watcher
He's always watching.
and nothing else because he's not allowed to do anything else.
He cannot, will not interfere.
Has he ever broken that?
Oh,
Or
fuck
no?
yeah. Multiple times. Like, that's the thing in the comics. It's just like, usually, like, his first appearance was showing up to the Fantastic Four and being like, yo, fucking Galactus is on his way. You best prepare, motherfuckers.
Like, why don't you help us? I can't.
Nah, like, look, me coming down here and telling you about it is already going far beyond what my kind normally does. And that usually gets him in trouble. But I mostly love the moments where, you know, the heroes are doing something, and it's just like, oh, how bad could this be? And then the Watcher shows up, and they're just like, oh, shit! Oh, no! Oh, shit, the Watcher's here! Fuck, something bad's about to go down!
So, like, we really, really about to fuck up. Is that what you're about to say?
It's like the Watcher is literally, oh, shit's about to go down. That is what his presence symbolizes. Something is about to go sideways real hard, and your anus is not prepared for it.
Great. Fucking great.
Oh, man.
Alright, so last thing that we were going to talk about in the episode, well, I guess I'm going to talk about is Monsters at Work, the new episode.
Yeah, Bubby.
I don't remember the name of it, which is probably because I don't really pay attention much to the episode titles, usually, unless they stick out. But this one was apparently about a former member of MIFT who, I guess, died in a door shredder. I lost him, guys. I lost him right at that. Excuse me.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
I wasn't prepared for that.
No, so they hold a day, like, in special remembrance of him. Apparently, like, everybody really liked this guy because he was, like, honest and reliable, like, straightforward. That's why everybody liked him. And, you know, they're always just like, oh, he always had, like, some great quote. And, we get to meet this character, despite him being dead, because we have, like, a little flash to, quote, heaven. You know, I don't want to get too much into it. But basically, he talks in, exclusively the kind of quotes you'd see on someone's wall or something.
Oh god.
Like every quote he throws at you, I guarantee you've heard it somewhere before, and he just talks in, like, the kind that people post on Facebook, like, ad nauseum millions of fucking times because it comes up in their feed and they're just like, oh, that's a good quote, let me just reshare it. Like I do a lot of. I'm guilty of it, I'll admit it. That's basically how this guy speaks, more or less.
Okay.
But you know, the whole point of the episode is just to demonstrate, like, Tyler, you know, our main character, he wants to contribute to MIFT. He wants to be a member of the team. He wants to be the best that he can be at it because he's given up on the concept of being a jokester because he's flunked his evaluation to be one, like, a lot. But I think if I remember correctly, this episode opened up the possibility of him getting another chance, but first he's going to commit to Mift for a while. So the way I see it, the story is going to continue for a bit. I'm sure a lot of stuff is going to happen in these characters' individual lives that ultimately help them grow as people. And I'm sure eventually at some point Tyler will eventually get his big break and become like a jokester. And I realize I've said eventually multiple times. Shut up. But this was a pretty decent episode. It's what I like about it is the more it goes on, the more I start to enjoy these characters that they introduced solely for the series. This episode legit did not have Mike and Sully in it until the very end when they did Mike's comedy class. But that's kind of, I think that's becoming like more of a thing with this series. We'll see Mike and Sully, but not as much. They're not going to be the main focus anymore. And I guess that's fine. You know, I guess Billy Crystal and John Goodman don't want those paychecks that bad or don't need them that bad. But
either that or the
studio
maybe doesn't want to pay them that much.
Also, that's a very strong possibility. Either way, I do like where the series is going, at least thus far. You know, it hasn't necessarily like disappointed me or, you know, caused me any sort of umbrage to say, oh, don't watch this, it's bad. No, it's a perfectly fine show. It's definitely funny. It's just, you know, a little hit or miss depending on the episode. I'll give it that. There are some episodes that actually caught my attention, had me laughing, and, you know, I enjoy. And then there are a few others where it's just like, I let half the episode go by and I kind of hardly noticed.
Definitely something that I'm interested in checking out, but I'm still backed up on way too much shit. But it kind of feels like this might be one of those series that I either need to watch 1 week at a time or just put on as background noise.
I would put it on as background noise. That's what I've been doing with Jellystone, which I still need to finish, actually.
Oh, all right. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that was it.
Alright, and with that, I want to thank you all for joining us on another episode of Talking 2D. I've been Duuz-Diz-Din here with my co-host,
the man with the iron giblets.
And we will see you, animation lovers, same 2D time, same 2D channel.
Next time on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Take care, everyone.